Mr. Christopher Jones.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Comrade Speaker. Comrade Speaker, like my colleagues before me, I rise bearing the dashed hopes and echoing the frustration of the masses of Guyanese about Budget 2024, presented to this House under the theme, Stay in the Course, Building Prosperity for All. The PPP say the course, Comrade Speaker, with a meager allocation to the people of this country, confirms, sir, that Guyana is not a little Dubai, but rather it is the PPP giving Guyanese little to get by. Comrade Speaker, last year at the 2023 budget, I ended my presentation by quoting His Excellency, former President Dr. Chedi Jagan, and I'll do so now again. Sir, Dr. Chedi Jagan said that you cannot live a Cadillac lifestyle in a donkey cart economy. Sir, in 2024, the People's Progressive Party Civic has presented a budget of $1.146 trillion. Guyana is now an oil-producing country. Last year, Guyana recorded the highest GDP growth in the world. This year, we are projected to grow 3.4%, and by 2028, 100%, according to the IMF. Comrade Speaker, it is elusive. Guyana has a Cadillac economy. It is the People's Progressive Party Civic who continue to have the Guyanese people living a donkey cart lifestyle. Mr. Speaker, let me turn my attention to the role of Parliament and the functioning of democracy by examining the sittings of this National Assembly and the committees of this Assembly. According to the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, the legislative arm of government plays a fundamental role in ensuring good governance. The Commission emphasized in the 21st century, there is growing interest more than ever before in issues related to democracy and good governance around the world. This is a reflection of the increasing acceptance of the fact that democracy and good governance are not a luxury, but a fundamental requirement to achieve sustainable development. Parliaments, as one of the key state institutions in a democratic system of governance, have a critical role to play in promoting democracy and good governance. As a democratically elected representative of the people, Parliament has the honorable task to ensure government by the people and for the people. In the performance of their key functions, the legislation, representative, and oversight, Parliament can actively engage in the development and implementation of laws, policies, and practices that promote democracy and good governance. Comrade Speaker, let us juxtapose expectation and the effectively functioning parliaments in a democratic system with that of ours. Comrade Speaker, I want to draw this House's attention to the real and dire situation that pervades our own democratic system, which is not unknown to you, Comrade Speaker, or the members of this House. On March the 4th, 2021, this House approved a total of $383.1 billion, the outline of the National Fiscal Plan for Guyana. Comrade Speaker, after the passage of the budget on the 4th of March, 2021, there was no sitting of this National Assembly for 97 days. During the 97 days of no National Assembly, the opposition submitted over 470 questions to the House for ministers to answer. On June 10th, 2021, ending the 97 days of no sitting of the National Assembly, the government submitted a supplementary paper number 1 and 2 of 2021 to the House. The House was quickly called 4 days after, on June 14, where it approved the supplementary papers totaling $1.9 and $21.4 billion respectively. There was 2 sittings after that date, After which, Comrade Speaker, the House went into recess on August 10th to October 10th. After the recess, it took 64 days before this House met again on the 16th of December and approved a financial paper number 3 totaling $5.1 billion and financial paper number 4 totaling $21.5 billion. Mr. Speaker, the total supplementary budget totaled $49.9 billion, which carried the overall budget for 2021 to 433 billion Guyana dollars. It appears that the National Assembly only task is to approve monies for the government. For the year excluding the budget debate, budget presentation, and consideration of the estimates, the National Assembly in the year 2021 met on 10 occasions. In 2021, Mr. Speaker, the frequency of the sittings got abysmally worse, with the House only meeting a total of 8 times, again, excluding Parliament budget presentation, consideration of the estimates, and the debate. And a year, sir, where the budget increased to $552.9 billion, considerably higher than that of the previous year. One would think that it would be in the best interest of the country and in the interest of transparency and accountability of the nation's finances that the frequency of those sittings would have been higher than the previous year. Sir, let us not forget consistently of the PPP style of democracy in 2023. A year plunged this nation of ours with so many insurmountable challenges and threats. Mr. Speaker, this honorable House only met an astonishing 8 times, excluding again budget presentation, budget debate, and the consideration of the estimates. The same year, the fiscal plan outlined spendings of $781.9 billion. Mr. Speaker, it is not surprising that this House has sunken to those startling figures that highlights an infrequency of meetings of the National Assembly, given the track record of the PPP when it comes to transparency and accountability. Irrespective of the fact that the fiscal plan increased significantly, along with the challenges facing our nation, compared those figures to that of the APNU AFC government. Sir, in 2025, the National Assembly met 19 times. In 2016, the National Assembly met 38 times. In 2017, the National Assembly met 27 times. And in 2018, the total 29 times. That, sir, is what a functioning democracy looked like, where a government was not afraid to answer the tough questions and to give accountability to the peoples whose patrimony demand no less. All these sittings happened in a period where there was no oil money. Comrade Speaker, parliamentary committees play a crucial role in enabling the thorough examination of various aspects of government's policy and administration. The committees provide a platform for members from all sides of the House, representative of the people, to engage in discussion on matters of national significance, fostering rigorous dialogue. Importantly, they aim to reach consensus on key national issues, working towards the best interests of the country. Given this laudable expectation, we find it reprehensible and unacceptable that several parliamentary committees, including sectorial committees, are comatose or have never seen the light of day. At the most critical time in the nation's history, at a time when we face rapidly developing of our oil and gas sector, one which is currently plagued by the lack of transparency in the publishing of government's contract and feasibility studies, the Natural Resource Committee for the year 2021 never met. In the year 2022, never met. Not one single meeting in those 2 years. Comrade Speaker, the chairman of this committee was the Honorable Minister of Natural Resources, Vikram Bharat. But, Comrade Speaker, there's light at the end of the tunnel, Comrade Speaker. I am happy to report to this House that in 2023, under the chairmanship of the former Minister of State, member Don Hastings Williams, the Natural Resources Committee for the year 2023 had 6 meetings. The Foreign Relations Committee, Mr. Speaker, the gravity of Guyana-Venezuela border controversy cannot be overstated, especially in the light of the ongoing case in the International Court of Justice, the recent military build-up of Venezuelan troops along the border, and Venezuela announcement in October, and subsequently the hosting of a referendum on December 3rd, 2023, the alarming objective of annexing 2/3 of Guyana's territory. It is deeply concerning that in the year 2023, the Foreign Relations Committee responsible for addressing such critical matters convened only twice. This committee, sir, is chaired by the Honorable Minister of Foreign Relations and International Cooperation, UTOD. Comrade Speaker, the Constitutional Reform Committee. The People's Progressive Party Civic, in its manifesto for the 2020 general and regional elections on the constitution reform stated, and I quote, "Moving forward, we commit to continuous revision of the Constitution. In this regard, we will ensure that the Committee on Constitution Reform that will advance the work will pursue nationwide consultation following the model used in the past, that is, with half of the members from civil society and equal representation from the government and the opposition." Comrade Speaker, the Constitutional Reform Committee for the year 2023 has never met. This committee, sir, is chaired by the Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Anil Nandalal. The Parliamentary Oversight Committee on the Security Sector. Comrade Speaker, the crime situation in Guyana is out of control, now more than ever. Coupled with the local challenges is that of the influx of migrants, which have now added its own challenges for the law enforcement authorities. The PPP, Comrade Speaker, is failing miserably when it comes to managing the crime situation in Guyana. So much so, sir, it prompted the United States Embassy here in Georgetown on the 17th of July to publish, and I quote, "Reconsider travel to Guyana due to crime," end of quote. This reconsider travel to Guyana advisory went on to state in its country summary, and I quote, "Violent crime, including murder and armed robbery, is committed especially at night. Local police often lack the resource to respond effectively to the serious criminal incidents. The advisory warns citizens that should they decide to travel to Guyana, the following measures should be taken. 1, be extra vigilant visiting banks and ATM. Be aware of your surroundings. Avoid walking or driving at night. Do not physically resist robbery attempt. Do not display signs of wealth, such as wearing expensive watches and jewelry. Enroll in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program STEP to receive security messages and make it easy to locate you in an emergency. Follow the Department of State Facebook and Twitter pages. Prepare a contingency plan for emergency situation. Review the traveler's checklist." End of quote. The United States Embassy here in Georgetown. Comrade Speaker, the Parliamentary Oversight Committee on Security Sector has the responsibility for examining the disciplined forces of Guyana. The committee shall have the power to co-opt experts or enlist the aid of persons or of appropriate expertise, whether or not such experts or persons are members of the National Assembly. Comrade Speaker, it is alarming that a committee such as this, with the paramount importance in the year 2021, had 0 meeting. In the year 2022, 0 meeting. In the year 2023, 0 meeting.
Honorable member, the clock says you have zero time remaining on this first section.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the
Wow.
honorable member to be given 5 minutes to conclude his presentation.
Thank you very much, honorable member. 5 minutes to conclude.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker. Comrade Speaker, the Security Sector Committee is chaired by the former Brigadier of the Guyana Defense Force and current Prime Minister of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, the Honorable Mark Phillips. The Committee on Appointments. The 19th meeting of the Committee on Appointment was held on April 2023. An arrangement for consultations on the appointment to the Rights of the Child Commission were finalized. On the 8th of May 2023, members of the Committee on Appointment held a consultation with stakeholders where they were briefed on the agreed guidelines for nomination. To date, the members are awaiting a meeting to be convened. The last meeting held of this committee was on the 8th of May 2023. Comrade Speaker, this committee is chaired by the Honorable Minister of Governance and Parliamentary Affairs, Chief Whip of the Government, Madam Gail Teixeira. Sir, the statutory committee for the year 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023 have never met. The Standing Orders Committee for the years 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023 have never met. Comrade Speaker, the Honorable Member Ganesh Mahipal today in his presentation points and relates to the matters concerning the Public Accounts Committee, so I will not go there. Comrade Speaker, there continue to be allegations of biasness on the part of the Speaker of the National Assembly. Sir, I draw this House attention on Monday.
You don't want to go there. You don't want to go there.
Allegation, sir.
You don't want to go there.
Comrade Speaker, on Monday, the 22nd of January, 2024, the Honorable Minister Joseph Hamilton, in his budget presentation, called the names of former Minister Simona Broom, and former Minister Nicolette Henry. The leader of the opposition tried to catch the attention of the Speaker's eye, which the opposition chief whip brought to his attention that the members are
There is a provision to catch the Speaker's attention, and you're using up your 5 minutes. And that is on a point of order, right?
So guided, Comrade Speaker. Comrade Speaker, the honorable member was allowed to call the two former ministers' name, even though those persons are not in the House to represent themselves. In this afternoon in the House, Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahipal making the point, and I quote, "We will not be a Dharmalal, we will not be a Prasad, we will not be a Parag," not calling the entire name of any former minister of the House. The Speaker, at the conclusion of Comrade Mahipal's presentation, said that the point that he made was of calling people's name, a stark contrast to what transpired early in the day to what transpired in the afternoon. Comrade Speaker, in the interest of time, I will jump straight to mercy. I gotta get half hour in future, Comrade Speaker. Comrade Speaker, in light of Guyana recording the highest GDP in the world, projected a growth of 34.4% in the year 2024 and 100% in the year 2025. The government, with all of the resources available at the disposal, gave the public servants in the December 2023 a paltry 6.5%. Comrade Speaker, I have here in my hand the pay slip of a member of staff of the Ministry of Social Services. And if I can quickly point it. In November 2023, this staff member's salary took home $80,892. In January 2024, it went up to $86,150, a difference of $5,280. A member of the Ministry of Health, a healthcare worker, on October 2023, take home a salary of $119,362. In January 24, $123,966, a difference of $4,604. A member of the Ministry of Education in November 2023, salary took home $88,498. January, $93,483, a difference of $4,985.
Thank you, honorable member. Your time is up.
Thank you, Comrade Speaker.
And now for the honorable member, Mr. Dharam Kumar Siraj.